up? I'm Leah, and this is my show, Livin' on a Dream. In each episode, I'll be sitting down one-on-one with an actor, a musician, or some other creative type. Some you'll know, some you'll be getting to know, but all of them you should know. They're living on a dream. Are you?
And so what happened? The writers fell in
well,
love with the character?
I did that. Then I was on my way out, and the producer at the time came up to me and he said, "Are you available tomorrow?" And I said, "Sure, yes, of course I am." And so then, they called me back, and then they kept calling me back. I didn't have a name in the beginning, so the scripts would come, and it would say "made" on them, and then one day, Jeannie Cooper, who plays my boss, started calling me Esther. I mean, we were rehearsing, and when we went to tape, she just called me Esther. So fortunately, I responded and didn't say who or what. And then the other characters started calling me that. So then the writers started writing it.
Nice.
And then we had a contest for the last name. And Bill Bell, who I miss him so much, he was incredible. He was a creator and executive producer, head writer of The Young and the Restless, and he came to me and he said, "Okay, we've got, I've narrowed it down, and there's between these two names, Esther Diamond and Esther Valentine, and which do you want?" And I said, "Well, I picked Valentine because I was married on Valentine's Day, and I thought that would bring me good luck."
Absolutely.
And it did.
And 28 years later,
Yeah.
Esther Valentine is a key player on The Young and the Restless.
And Esther was was a comic relief, and still to this day is. And especially back then, comedy was not done on daytime shows. And so I had to be very careful. I really rode a fine line. But I knew that I had to do something with the character, because I thought if I don't go for it, she's going to be gone.
Right.
And if I go for it and they don't like it, she's going to be gone.
Right.
So I have no choice, but I have to go for it.
Right.
So I decided to make her man crazy, and every time I opened the door, whether it was the plumber, the taxi cab driver, limo driver, Victor Newman, Jack Abbott, whoever it was, I would just go, gaga over them, because I had very few lines. And so I had to do it all with my eyes.
Exactly, creating her.
Created her. And then there was one day, in the script it said that Esther goes out and gets the mail and brings it in. So I opened the door, took the mail out, looked around to see if anyone's looking, held up to the light, put it in my pocket, put it back in. Now, they never referred to it. No one ever referred to it again. But it was little things like that that I was able to do, and they let me do.
And now you have a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
That's just so amazing to me. I can't even believe that. I still don't believe it. I have to go there periodically to make sure it's still there. I just remember, coming out. We were actually, my husband and I went to see a play at the Pantages a couple weeks before I found out I was getting one, and there was, we walked, I saw the stars, and I said to him, "Wow, I just can't imagine what that would be like. I know that's never gonna. It'll never happen." But I said, "Well, that must be really something." And then to find out, I was just
a couple weeks later.
Yeah, I can't believe it. It's really hard to believe, and I'm truly honored. Believe me.
It's amazing. What's interesting about your story, and I think this is very inspirational to a lot of us working actors who are out there. We're struggling. People have day jobs. People have temp jobs, side jobs. You still have another job.
Right, I do.
And you do what?
I'm a flight attendant for United Airlines. Actually, I just flew on Sunday.
Wow.
And I decided, early on that if I could do both well, that I would keep doing them. Of course, Young and the Restless is my primary, focus. But I still fly because. Number one, it's like doing a personal appearance every day I go to work, and that's a lot of fun because I get to talk to people and talk to viewers, and that is a lot of fun. And it just seemed that to get rid of it, to throw all that away just because of an ego thing seemed ridiculous to me.
Right. Now, how long had you been working for United when you booked to
I started, let's see, I started in '78,
okay.
Flying for United, March 13th, 1978, and I started Young and the Restless in 1982.
So you've been there for a
Yeah.
good 4 years, and you had some loyalty, and you booked this acting role, which you had no idea where it was going
Right.
to be
It
to.
was only supposed to be for one day.
Right.
But in the beginning, I thought, I'm not going to let anyone know, because I thought they wouldn't take me seriously as an actress, so I didn't let them know. And then one day, I was deadheading, which means they're flying you from point A to point B.
Okay.
And I was in regular clothes. I wasn't in my uniform, and I was sitting there at a seat. And who walks up the stairs on a 47? But Jeannie Cooper, who's my boss. And where's your seat? It's right next to mine. I thought, oh, this is going to be good. And so she says, wow, hi, Kate. She says, what are you doing? And she says, were you doing a personal appearance here? And I said, I couldn't lie to her. There just wasn't any way I was going to lie to her. So I said, okay, I have something to tell you, and you can't tell anybody. And of course, she thought it was just fabulous. And, it got out. Everybody knew about it. But by that time, it was okay, and they all thought it was great.
Right.
So it worked out.
But I know what you mean. So many of us as actors, gosh forbid, we have a side job or a temp job or you're a waitress or bartender, because then, yeah, you feel like people aren't going to think you're serious if you're just pursuing actors. But you need to have money coming in so that you can support your acting career until it gets going. And so now 28 years later, you've just decided to keep both, which is just so much fun.
Well, yeah, because it's interesting, because I just make like a personal appearance out there, and I have a lot of
Fly
fun.
in the friendly
I
skies.
have a lot of fun.